challenge, a pain in your life, that you go and look for the solution. Does that make sense? Nobody goes and looks for, you know, I would like disease prevention, please. Nobody types in disease prevention in the search engine. They type in, oh, I've got a problem here. I've got this, I've got that. And to cut a long story short, and that's how I got started. When I heard about ebooks, didn't think about it, but 6 months later, I thought, you know what? I am really passionate about this. I really want to get this information out there. And I looked on the internet, and there was, you know what? There was a heck of a lot of competition. There was too much competition. But very few. It was like 500 websites that were saying things in a certain way. Like, here's what they were saying. There's no known cause to this problem. It's probably your genes. You were born this way. There's no known cure to this. And here's the treatment by these drugs. 500 websites like this for each and every one of those. For each and every one that was saying, well, here's an alternative method of doing things. Anyway, cut long story short, that's how I got started. And this has nothing to do with this, so I just wanted to throw that in there. Okay, back to page 176. Focus on just one thing at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. This is a lot of information, but just focus at one thing at a time. And at the end, you've got 100 ideas. Select one idea that really appeals to you, and just go full blast ahead with that one idea. Did I give you the example? This is a T. Harv Eker analogy. Who here has ever watched the space shuttle take off? Yeah, from Cape Canaveral or Cape Kennedy or whatever it's called. To lift that rocket off the ground, it takes tremendous amounts of thrust, tremendous amounts of power, of energy. But once it's out there in the stratosphere, away from the gravitational pull of the Earth, it's effortless. It can just go on and on and on forever with no more no more thrust. Does that make sense? Well, it's the same analogy with a business. It takes tremendous amount of effort to put in the work, design it, create it, put in the systems in place, get the staff in. But after a while, it should be smooth sailing, or smoother sailing anyway. And what happens is, what a rocket has is a lot of big turbo thrusters, turbo jets or what have you, and little side jets as well. And if a single one of those jets is pointing even a tiny fraction of a degree in a different direction, if your focus is on a slightly different thing or different direction, what happens to this rocket ship is it might go up and veer a little bit and just collapse and just explode. Okay, does that make sense? So how T. Harv Eker concludes that metaphor, that analogy, is when you're doing a business, when you're starting up a business, just focus single-mindedly on that one thing, that one business, or your one next thing that you need to accomplish. Tick off your action list. So that's what I recommend to you as well. Don't be overwhelmed by all these different ways to make money. Just select the one that really appeals to you the most. Focus on it, make it work, or don't make it work. Fail quickly. Go, okay, you know what? That wasn't the right thing. I'll move on to the next thing. Focus single-mindedly. Okay. Do you promise me you'll do that? Yes. Okay, good. Okay, page 177. Leverage joint venture opportunities and affiliate programs. This is fantastic. This is a traffic generation strategy, and it's just such a key element. You might find just one website out there that has 1 million people who would love your product. And all you need to do is have a joint venture, an alliance with that one company, and you're in business forever, and you get thousands, hundreds of thousands of people coming to your website for free just because you've been able to leverage that other person's network. The power of this is amazing. It's called a joint venture, and I do this with my seminars. I do this online, and I highly recommend that you do the same thing. In whatever line of work you are, just go on Google and see who else is in. Who are your competitors? Who are who have complementary products? The old style of doing business was, they are my competitors, I'm going to crush them. New style, guerrilla marketing, they are my competitors, fantastic, they have the same prospects as me, let's work together. Okay? And I'm not saying let's work together to screw over the customer with prices and things like that. But hey, if that customer wants this product, they'll probably want my product as well. If my customers want my product, they'll probably want his products as well. So why not work together? So work together and have